But in general, what I'm saying is that sex doesn't solve problems.
Right.
It can be part of the package within a relationship that's already healthy and strong.
Right.
But sex alone will not solve problems.
Fantastic. And I think the two ladies agree with the same
Yeah,
statement.
I do.
Emma?
I do.
Of course. Now, a lot of people tend to use sex as a peacemaker, as a form of a peacemaker in a relationship. So you have a problem, and the problem is never really addressed. They initiate sex, you have sex, and automatically that person thinks, oh, it's fine, but the other person is still holding some kind of grudge. Have you ever
I
had that
disagree.
kind of
It
experience?
cannot be a peacemaker.
It cannot
because-
be a
no,
peacemaker.
Because you have to talk about whatever is disturbing you.
Right.
If you don't talk about it and you go have sex,
Right.
you're just kind of pushing it back. After fun, everything, it will just crop up again. And you see that because you would think we've had sex and so let's live it and let it go, you will just be piling it up more and more, and then you end up getting angrier and angrier at the other person.
Yes.
So you've not solved it. You have to talk about it.
You know, when you have sex, think chemicals are released that make you feel good.
Right.
So it can become a sort of appeaser, like drinking, smoking, anything that makes you feel good. Forget the problem for a while, but the problem is actually still there
So
when
it's
you come down
short-term.
from a high. So yes, it is short term.
Right.
Eventually, it turns out to be short term.
Right, but sometimes the ladies like it.
Sure.
If I thought there's a problem, you just want to...
no one is saying we don't like it. I mean, they're just saying that if you look in the long run, it's not going. No one says we don't like it.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Emma, what do you have to say on that?
I think it relieves stress, as Pascaline
Yes.
says. It relieves a lot of stress because sometimes you go out there, there's so many things going on there. When you come back and your partner calms you down and everything start touching you, as she said, it makes you relieved.
Right.
It makes you feel good.
Right.
So I think I agree with her.
So if you have a
It
problem
really-
with your partner and he dismisses the fact that you have a problem and initiates sex, you get on with
I
it.
will, but afterwards I'll talk about the problem.
You
that
still
is
address
still-
the issue.
Yeah, I
So
will.
something
because it
that
has
still needs to be addressed.
Solved. It has to be solved.
Right. Pascaline mentioned that during the sex you should talk about it.
Yeah, you can
very
even talk
awkward.
about it after
There are
sex.
pauses in between. Then you start.
There are pauses in between.
Yes.
Yes, so you have to.
Men definitely don't appreciate that
Oh,
because men are on a
You're
track.
killing the flow, right?
You're on a
Yeah,
track.
but that is what you should do because that is when
get
you
their
as
attention.
the woman, that's when you get your power.
That is, yeah, exactly. I was just
when you
going
know
to say
that
that's a power play I was talking about. You see?
the issue is really serious when it comes like that. Then
Right.
it's okay, she's not joking, so I have to take
Right,
it serious.
for you to stop and
Yeah.
talk about something
Yeah.
that's so unnecessary in the middle of sex, that means you're...
So you're like
You're
a train on a
serious.
track going, and then she says, "Oh, sweetheart, about
Hold
that."
on 1 second.
Hold
You
it
know about
right
the
there.
kitchen utensils.
Freeze frame.
Fantastic. Okay. Now let's look at the disadvantages of sex in a relationship. When there's lack of sex in a relationship, what are the problems that come?
Like we said from the beginning, it depends on what the relationship is based on. If it's
Okay, let's
based on
pause with the
sex,
disadvantages. Now let's establish what relationships that most people tend to be in, first of all, and then we can address them
Exactly.
separately.
Exactly.
So how do you know what kind of relationship you're in as a woman? How do you know if this relationship I'm in is only for the sex or it's
see,
leading somewhere?
women tend to know easier and faster than men.
Yes, but a lot of the time the women are still in denial. So I want the women at home to be
Exactly.
able to identify
How
the kind
do
of
women
relationship
tend to
they're
know
in.
easier and faster than men? Because I thought
Because
the men
the
know
man
right
is
from the
not-
beginning. I'm coming to you for sex.
Yeah, it's true.
So the man knows from
rather
day
than
one.
the woman.
Yeah, the man knows, but then most women, like she said, we're in denial.
You know very well it's
we're
not going
naive.
anywhere. Yes.
It's not that we're stupid. We're just naive.
Okay, so
We
explain
want
it.
to-
Explain it to me. I know I'm
It's like-
going to you just for sex. So I know
sometimes
before you.
Even
So
the
how
men,
soon do you
sometimes
get
they
to
don't
know?
know. They
Sometimes
look
they
at you
come
and
in
they
for
think they love
sex,
you.
and at the end of the
And then
day,
Yes.
every time
Yes.
he wants to have sex, he thinks about you. He himself is not aware. He thinks he loves you. Oh, she's great looking. She talks
Right,
well and everything.
right.
I'm
That's
in love,
interesting,
and he
yes.
talks to his
Yes,
friend.
yes.
I love that chick.
Yes.
Big time.
Men's last.
Meanwhile, exactly, but he doesn't even know that he's not in love. He's lost. He looks at her and he thinks sex, so he wants to have it.
All right.
But you, the woman, you should know. Anytime he comes to you, he's touching and
Okay.
sex. He's
Okay.
done. He's gone. He comes and he's sex. He's,
So you'll be
you know,
thinking.
he's not calling you. He's
Right.
not talking to you. You should
Right.
know that you're a sex partner. You're nothing else but a sex
You're a
partner.
sex partner when he's only coming to you for sex.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What
He calls
other-
only when he needs sex.
He only calls when he needs sex.
Exactly.
When majority of the conversation is based on sex.
It's
Yeah,
based
when
on
he
sex.
calls you, I'm busy, I'm in the office, I'll call you back. He
And
doesn't
that's
call
it.
back. So I
Right.
was busy and
I
all
hope the
this
ladies
stuff.
at home are beginning to pick up little points.
You see, they know all that, but most of us, we just deny it, probably because the guy is cute. Oh,
So he will change, I will change him and all. But you don't go into a
You
relationship
know
to change a guy.
That's a good point.
That's why in the
We'll come back to
in
that.
the so-called olden days, you see, there's another form of power play.
Mm-hmm.
You see, the reason why you withheld it until marriage was that you are waiting for the man to make a serious commitment before you give up your most precious commodity.
Right.
You understand? I think we'll be going back to those days because now the rate at which men are abusing women is very serious.
Yes, extortionate.
You see, so sometimes I even advise ladies that if you really want to find out his real motive, withhold the sex. And the longer you withhold it and the longer he stays, the more genuine it's likely to be he has the right motive.
Exactly.
But if you give it up early, it's gone.